just crossed the $1 million GMV mark.
And I was like, back then, the violation, like you could blink and get a violation, I got reported. I really was being stubborn because I didn't want to start a backup account. I make anywhere from 15 to 20 videos a day. I did not give the algorithm an option to not pick me back up. September 9th, I got accepted to TikTok Shop, made $30 my first day. Since September 11th, I have not made less than $300 a day. I don't do any editing, just go with the flow. Whatever comes out, comes out.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to TikTok Shop Affiliate Academy, a podcast that uncovers the story and strategies from the top 1% of TikTok Shop affiliates. Don't forget to join our free community at affiliateacademyhq.com. We have a very special guest today, Haley. How you doing, Haley?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Yeah, we had a great kind of pre-call conversation. You're located in Atlanta, in Georgia. Okay, North Georgia as well.
I'm about an hour outside of it, hour north of Atlanta.
Okay, cool. And then we were talking about our kids. You have a little one as well, right?
Yep. She's my literal copy paste. It says when she grows up, she wants to do TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then you have a couple other things going on as well, right? You have a boutique as well in your area, and kind of running that as well.
Yep. I have in the area, I have a women's and children's boutique, and run a website through that as well. And then of course my coaching also. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. A lot of busy gal, seeing a lot of TikTok success. And then, for those listening, very interesting story, very interesting strategies. So she offers one-on-one coaching. So Haley's info will be in the show notes below. You can click on her link, reach out to her if you want, you really connect with her and see if there's coaching availability for her. So check her out in the links below. Cool. So like every call, we like to start with a little bit of background, what you were doing before TikTok, and then maybe how you stumbled upon TikTok.
Absolutely. So I've been on TikTok now for about 3 years. I started like a weight loss journey, and I was like, I'm very insecure. I was living in North Dakota for work. I was a district manager for Starbucks. I was over North Dakota, South Dakota, and Colorado, and kind of in North Dakota when COVID hit, and really just lonely. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to my phone. Like, I'm just going to pick up the phone and talk. And I know someone on the other side of the screen, whether they listen or not, this is just me, recording my journey through COVID, through my weight loss, and just struggles and successes of being a single parent. So
cool.
How I got started. And then with that, my main account, I kind of got invited to the TikTok Shop pilot program. Super fun. I had some success over there. It was back when you could make one video a week and still bring home $5,000 a month. I don't know how that was possible, but even back then, I really highlighted small businesses. Like I used to post a lot for Mavwix, and then they blew up. But really honing in on the small businesses that were coming over to the TikTok Shop, and had a lot of fun doing that. Back then, the violation, like you could blink and get a violation. I was combing my daughter's hair with the detangler spray, and her head went back, and they reported me. I got reported.
For having a minor, I guess, in the shot.
Yeah, the back of her head. And 24-point violate, lost that account.
24.
Yes. I was like, okay, God, that was fun. It humbled me real quick, because I was like, I'm gonna be a full-time influencer. But the account got taken away like that, and I was bitter for a little bit. But
did it ever come back?
No, I couldn't. No. So I have an account with almost 100,000 followers on it that I just share my silly, goofy life with over there. Struggles again with being a single mom, a small business owner, a lot of my faith. But I would say July, I was really struggling, like eviction notices, hiding my car at my best friend's house. Our lights were off for a whole day, and I had to like tell my daughter, like we were just like chill, like it was a storm or something.
Right. It got caught off.
And I was like, yeah, I was like, this has got to be more than this in life.
Right.
I've got personality, I've got skills, I've had success. So I really was being stubborn because I didn't want to start a backup account and literally start all the way over again.
Hmm.
But I prayed about it and I was like, all right, Lord, this is my time. I'm going to get us out of this mess.
Hmm.
And it took me a month and a half to build the account from zero. And everyone, like, you hear different people say, like, create chaos, like political pages or like disagree.
Hmm.
But I was like, hey, when's the first time you passed gas in front of your spouse? Like, how long did it take you? And people would, like, in the
Yeah.
comments, and
Yeah.
like, does pepperoni go on pizza? Yes or no? Comment. Like, toilet paper, over or under? And
Yeah.
people every day would come back and just comment and followed me for this, like, silly content of
Yeah.
questions.
I
And
see.
September 9th, I got accepted to TikTok Shop. I made $30 my first day. And since September 11th, I have not made less than $300 a day.
Okay, fantastic. So you went over a whole lot of things,
Yeah.
and one of them, like you really went into your story and your
Yeah.
struggles, and I know a lot of people can kind of relate to that for sure. It's tough
Yes.
times out there, but you are here on the other side. I think
Yes.
pre-call you told me you just crossed the $1 million
Yes.
GMV mark.
1
So
million in
going
6 months.
1 million in 6 months. Like if I had a horn, I'd blow it right now. Like rah, rah, rah. So fantastic. So you were experiencing some tough times,
Yes.
persevered through it, kind of looked to yourself, and like, how do I get out of this? Created a secondary TikTok shop account, and like you said, kind of snowballed into what it is today, and that
Yep.
$1 million GMV mark. Okay, some couple questions I have here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had your personal account and you were selling TikTok shop on there. You got a 24-point violation that kind of halted TikTok shop on that account, right? And so you still maintain that personal content till today and kind of lives as is.
Yep.
And then how long from when that ban happened to when you got your account, when you started to create your account? How long was
Yeah.
that? Your second account?
It was about 3 months. I was really
Mhm.
hurt because I was like, I can't put this much faith. Like I said, I felt like it was a God thing of saying you
Mhm.
put too much time and focus into something that can
Mhm.
be taken away like that.
Yeah.
But instead he told me to focus more, like dig
Yeah.
deeper and keep going. So it was
Okay.
about 3 months of bitterness.
Yeah, and then you're like, "Wait a minute, let me
Yes.
just take my fate by the horns and just
Yes.
kinda go with it." Okay, so you created that account, and then like you said, you okay, so my next question is, how did you
Yeah.
get from 0 to, that threshold of followers? You were saying you're creating question content, right?
Yes.
Like asking a simple
Yes.
question, getting some engagement. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yep, and, I was a part of a community also, like I mentioned, the evolution community, and they have a post that you can
Uh-huh.
go in every week and drop your handle where everybody follows everybody. I didn't do any of those follow trains, the grow
Yeah,
room, I didn't do any of that.
yeah,
I really just I used that resource, but I also used, like I said, just silly controversial like the video I said was like, when's the first time you farted in front of your boyfriend or
right,
spouse? Like 2 million views. Like people were like, I've
yeah.
never. And people were like, how have you never? And people were like, the first date,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just things that I knew would poke
Spark.
the bear, but be
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
How long did it take to get to I don't know what threshold it was, but the 5,000 follower threshold or the
Yeah.
1,000 follower threshold?
It was 5,000 and it took me about a month and a half of
Okay,
consistent
so good
posts.
amount of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I suggest for people to do to kind of speed up the process is putting ad spend behind it, right? So if you put,
Scares me
50.
so much. I ruined my main account
Uh-huh.
from it, and this is I have a lot of conspiracy theories, but my theory is the second us as affiliates open our wallets,
Yep.
it's over.
You're gonna
So
want more.
yeah, they're gonna want more. They're like, okay, she paid for it. Let's throttle
Be
her
be
traffic.
reliant on
Her
her to
views.
pay
Yes.
more. Okay, so you don't suggest that you kinda do it the
That
organic
scares
way.
me. Yeah.
Okay, it's a great
And it's
idea.
funny too, because I'll do account audits and I'll see people with 20 and 30 views on videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Did you buy your account or do you have ad spend?" And it's
Yeah.
one of the 2
Yeah.
that I'm able to, like, "Okay, we need to slow down and backpedal out of this." Um,
Diagnose. Yeah,
but
what's
I
going on?
think too, if you consistently post 2 to 3 times a day with those insight generating questions to get
Yep.
people to interact with you, you shouldn't have a problem you know, being able to grow that following.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, great advice on people who are thinking about getting on TikTok. Grow that
Yeah.
following now. It can be as simple as just posting a question every day.
Yes.
So very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you have your, you know, you said I think September 9, September 11, you
Yep.
started a new account, and talk me, well, you also have experience from your previous account, right? Making videos and making
They
TikToks.
were horrible. Let me
They're
just
horrible.
say,
You were doing sales, right?
yeah, I was making sales, but they were all like 2-3 minute videos. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I would never have watched this.
Okay, and but that was like in the very quote unquote beginning of
Yes.
TikTok Shop where you can kind of post a little
Right.
bit kind of
Yeah.
more raw or like uncut type
Yes.
you know content and still get sales. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have your new account. You talk me through those first TikTok Shop videos. Was the first one you put up a success or subsequent ones? Like where did you kind of
Yes.
have that light bulb moment from
Like, I'm
putting it up?
still making money off of, and it, so another thing I coach a lot is people overthink like, I don't have the samples, like I don't have I
Yeah.
literally walked around my house and I was
Yeah.
like typing things in like Dawn dish soap. Nope. Okay. Like chapstick. Nope. Like you have that mindset of you're gonna do the best with what you have. And I
Yeah.
had some Medicube because they were doing they do auto free samples, at least they used to.
Yeah.
And I laugh because if you've followed me for a while, I live in a 400 square foot tiny house, and 99% of my videos are made of me sitting on the toilet with my phone propped up on my sink, and you would never know. But
Right.
I started doing just my nightly skincare routine and like showing the Medicube thing, like do nightly skincare routine with me as a 38-year-old who is trying to get her skin under control.
Yeah.
In every video I said that do my nightly skincare routine with a 38-year-old who doesn't want to age.
Mhm.
And then controversy, like did I have Botox or didn't I have Botox? Like did I look 38 or didn't I look 38? Like lip filler, my braces, like there was all. I welcome any and all comments.
So that was comments that were made on your video, but you didn't start the conversation, right? It was kind of comments that were made, or did you incite the beginning of the conversation?
No, and I'm really good at poking the bear. Like the days like right before, like today, my eyelashes, like I would make a lot of videos close up because I know people are gonna roast me because I'm getting my eyelashes filled tomorrow.
Right.
I believe in that type of visual hook versus like the text on screen and
The
then
subtle visual hook that people will. Yeah.
Yes, like food in my teeth. Like I'm just a troll for that type of visual hook, and it works. It works for me.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you saw success from your first videos. Is that correct?
Yeah. Like I said, my first day I made $30 and I was like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy, like I couldn't believe it.
Again.
Yeah. I could not believe it. But again, I had learned a lot so during that 3 months, I studied the course. I studied all the information that I needed to from the evolution community. I knew that while my account was building back up, that I was going to watch people's videos, like Allie. There's a lot of influencers that I'm like, I want to be like. I want to be those people. I want to have that success. So while I wasn't creating, honey, I was learning. I was seeing.
I love that. Yeah. A note there is like while you're building your account, right? It takes a month, 2 months.
Yes.
Be a student and learn what people are doing. Like people who are selling, what are they doing? What's the format? What's their hooks, etc. So like during that time, you're upping your level instead of just waiting, right?
And what people I think overthink and overcomplicate with TikTok, it's AI generated algorithm. It doesn't always want creative. It doesn't always want something new and fresh.
Right.
As we kind of said during my pre-thing, people will message me and be like, can I use your video? Yes. I got, millions of views. Please recreate my video. Please, I'll recreate other people's videos or get hooks from other people. Because like I said, ultimately, this is all an AI run app. So give it what it likes, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So you got that new account, getting those sales on those accounts. Were there any you got success right away, essentially, right? Were there any times where you're like, with success comes a little bit of downtime and, sales aren't going so well or views aren't going so well? Has it kind of been rolling for you ever since, or?
No, I mean, think of the time out. I had already given my notice at work,
Okay.
and then the band, and I was a restaurant manager for the Lord's Chicken, and was basically paying someone more than what I was making at the restaurant to be me, like answer email, do all that
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, this is it. Like imposter syndrome kicked in. I'm not going to be able to recreate this on Instagram, on YouTube, on anywhere. Like I'm a one-hit wonder, and I just quit
Uh-huh.
my job.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
When the ban happened, what,
In
like a
February.
month, 5, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was
Oh
then
my
we got
goodness.
it back, and then the algorithm was to crap, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done.
And then what happened? And then how did you kind of get?
I just kept, bro. I'm telling you. I always say the algorithm's like starter, right? Like
Yeah.
sourdough starter.
Okay.
It's not gonna have any choice but to see me. If I need to make
Yeah.
30 videos today, I'm going to make 30 videos until the algorithm is like, okay, girl, we're
I
gonna
see you.
put it out. Um,
Okay.
I make anywhere from 15 to 20 videos a day, but I get those done within an hour and a half. It's
Yeah.
super simple. I do it within my normal routine of my life. I don't go out of my way to make
Okay.
a video unless it's a sample, but I did not give the algorithm an option to not pick me back
Pick
up
you up.
after.
Okay. I love that. A couple things there. One, it's like you just said, I didn't give the algorithm a reason to like not pick me. It's going to pick me up. So like at scale, right? Put those videos out there. If I need to make 15, 30 videos a day, I'm going to do it. And you said something, and I want to dive into this a little bit more, but you make 15 to 20 videos within an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's amazing. I think everyone wants that superpower. Can you give, 1, 2, 3 things on how you make that happen?
Yeah, and like I said, it is all in the natural rhythm of our days. And one of the
Okay.
things I talk about too, I'm like, show me that pile of laundry that you have sitting in the corner. That's 2
Hmm.
videos. So in the morning, I drink my protein shake every single morning. My first video of the day is me pouring my protein shake, talking about the
Hmm.
benefits of protein shake. The
Hmm.
next thing I do is I make my greens. That's a normal, natural thing. But
Yeah.
I honestly feel like our job is to get them interested enough to click on the orange shopping cart to read about the product. They don't
Yeah.
need to know it's got this and naturally
Hmm.
raised. Give them the information, show them that you love the product, let them click on the orange shopping cart, and we've done our job.
Yeah.
Um, I don't do any editing. I don't do on-screen text. If you see on-screen text on my video, it's because the brand I'm working with thinks that's what they want to see.
Yeah. So I
So
asked you to do it.
you've got to
I guess
do it.
I want to rewind a little bit and stop you, but you said
Yeah.
you do zero editing?
Yeah, no, if I close pauses if I get caught, like sometimes I whirl my coffee and
Uh-huh.
I can't, it's unnatural, like, but I don't
Uh-huh.
do, I literally, I always say push, play, pray, and give it away. I don't,
Okay.
I'm, yeah, I don't do any editing. I don't do any focus on SEO or screen swiping off
Yeah.
words
I guess
or,
if you don't do any editing, do you restart when you mess up, or you just don't mess up? You've gotten to a point where you just kind
I,
of go
I've
with
got
the
to,
flow.
yeah, I just go with the flow. Whatever
Yeah.
comes out. And I don't overthink it. Everything I'm
Yeah.
doing, I'm talking to my best friend, I'm telling her the benefits, I'm
Yep.
telling her where to get it, and then I gotta keep going. I gotta move on
Yeah.
to the next thing.
It's yeah, so it sounds like it's more of like, I don't say a numbers thing, but like keep generating the content. And
Yes.
the easiest way is throughout your day, right? You were mentioning before your greens, your coffee, and then
Yep.
if you need to drive somewhere, well, do I have any car items? Or if
Yep.
I'm cleaning today, do I have any cleaning items, right? So insert that and kind of get a, impromptu look at the product, how you're really gonna
Yep.
kind of react to it.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, those are great bits of information. And you mentioned you're a part of a community, so we'll have the link to that below, as well as your one-on-one coaching, so you can kind of talk to people one-on-one and see how they can insert TikTok Shop video creation in their day-to-day. Some people might need coaching that. So
Right.
cool. All right, so right now we're gonna review a video of yours. This is actually pre-call. You're telling me that this video had actually
Let's see.
uh
Yeah.
it's generated how many views?
Let's
4.3 million views in how many days?
I think it's like 11 days old.
Oh, that's amazing. So this is your kind of number one video per se at the moment.
at the moment. Yeah.
31 seconds long. It's got 4.3 million views, 11 days old, and it's about a peanut butter. So I'm going to pause.
With
I'm
Dubai.
gonna press.
Anyone obsessed with Dubai chocolate bars? Holy moly. This has been sold out forever, and I finally got my hands on it. Let's see what it's giving, bro. Oh, call your mom. I'm about to slap her. Chocolate peanut butter, pistachio, kofta, cream, and chocolate chips. And honey is crunchy, creamy, nutty, chocolatey. Oh. If you see the orange shopping cart, it means it's not sold out. Get yourself some. Anyone?
Okay, I love it. Okay, so what do you think about it made it so viral?
The knife is a big thing. A lot of the comments were, "You must have kids. You don't have any spoons." Like, and then there were people who were like, "What are you doing?" So a lot of comments about the knife, a lot of comments about the double dipping, and then a lot of comments about the call your mom. I'm gonna slap her.
Yeah.
That's a Southern thing. Like,
Yeah.
people that get it, and then other people were like, my mom's passed, or like, please don't slap my mom. So anything for me with that visual hook, like the first videos I made was with my skincare, showing it like that,
Yeah.
gets people to stop because it's not so conventional. A lot of people aren't doing that. Different than being like just eating it, right? And then it's green. There was a lot of comments about, was it guacamole and bean dip?
Yeah, that's my first reaction. I was like, what else is in there? There's something else in
Yes.
there.
And then I mispronounced the kofta cream. I knew that. But I sprinkle in little things in my videos that will, as the kids say, PMO. I get that on my videos all the time. You're pissing me off. I'm like, sorry. Like, I did my job.
One thing I want to say, and I asked this earlier,
Yeah.
you kind of make a rough cut, and you mispronounce the ingredient, and another person might have been like, oh crap, I mispronounced the ingredient, so I'm going to do it over again or edit that out or whatever it may be. But you put it in there, and then it became an engaging part of the video, which constituted to 4.3 million views in the last 7 or 11 days. So I mean, again, if you're listening, like, don't be afraid to go unedited, right? And kind of, it has so many benefits of not having to edit, and then making more videos so you don't have to worry about editing, and then kind of trying to include it in your day-to-day. So I love that. Yeah, great. And I assume like this is a common type of video layout that you have for your other videos. Like I've saw some, and it's kind of same thing, kind of ad hoc videoing yourself as your day goes on, right?
Yep. And it's always in that like FaceTime style, just and I don't end a video without saying click on the orange shopping cart. Every video, click on the orange shop. So many people don't do that. And if truly, everybody's seen that peanut butter, but maybe every video wasn't like, you better click on that orange shopping cart.
So you religiously every time say click on the orange cart because it's a call to action. It's simple. It's not too like invasive, right? Okay. So every time. Yeah. And then I like what you said. Like, if you see the orange cart, that means it's not sold out, which has now a hint of like, wait a minute, it can sell out. let me buy that. That's a great call to action. Like, if you see it, it's sold, and likely it's going to be there, but you now introduced the doubt that it might not. So it now.
You also don't realize when someone's going to see that video, it could not be a viral product in this second, but 4 months from now, when they see your video because the algo picked it up because it's viral, it could have the potential to be, sold out whenever they see that video.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's one thing, like the gift and the curse of a viral TikTok shop product, right? You get viral and you sell 10,000 units, but you only have 10,000. Right. It takes like 3 months to build, right? And so people don't necessarily understand that fact, but
absolutely,
it's real.
Absolutely.
Okay, very cool. So up next is the rapid fire round of the interview. But what is your highest GMV generated in a month?
284,000.
Woohoo! And this was in December, correct?
December, yep.
Okay. What would you say constituted most of that? Like, what product, or was there a hook that you went to, or was there a call to action that you like?
Yeah. I was a troll like everyone else with the Nature Zempic hook that took
Okay.
off. Like I'd say 90% of my GMV is in consumables, but more so in the supplement realm. I've
Okay.
lost over 200 pounds. So I'm always talking about, health, gut health, women's health,
Yeah.
um, a lot of that kind of stuff. I had another video go viral, and I was just talking to my friend, and I call her and while I'm unboxing my stuff because she's nosy
Mhm.
and she wants to see, and I got in those women's pH balance gummies, and I was like, they send me coochie breath mints, like what the heck? And she goes, you got to use that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what if people from my church hear me say coochie breath?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But still, that's gone mega viral. And now other creators are messaging me saying like, "Hey, do you care?" I'm like, "No, go for it." But like,
Yeah.
it's crazy, but it gets people's attention. So,
Yeah.
um, definitely in the health and wellness, the Nature Zempic thing really took off, and just sharing my journey of going from injectable to supplements.
Yeah.
That natural progression really related to a
Yeah.
lot of people. So.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Okay. Great. I love that. And then, what's the coolest thing you were able to buy because of your success? Was there
Oh
any
my
kind of
gosh.
vacation or?
For Christmas, I got my daughter. We're going in October because she's always wanted to go on the Disney Halloween cruise. So
Yeah.
yes, I got her like the Halloween ears and a boat, and she was like, "What is this?" And then she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh!" But we're going on a Disney cruise, and we're saving to buy a house with cash. That's what we're doing.
That's amazing.
We're living in this tiny 400 square foot tiny house, small sacrifice for a big end game. So,
Yeah. Yeah, this is just the start. I always tell
yes,
people TikTok is huge so far, but like this is the start of everything, right? It's kind of
absolutely.
2 years old and
Yes,
only up from here. So
absolutely.
I'm excited to see your journey and kind of see how you go.
Thank
So
you.
awesome. And there's nothing better than kind of buying or being able to afford something for your kid, right? Getting an
I
experience for
can't
your
tell you
kid.
the last time I truthfully like had to check my bank account. Coming from
Yeah.
poverty and being in a poverty scarcity mindset to now, I'm like, every day is not a reward. Like every day is not a parade. You have to remind yourself that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm able to just say thank you, Lord, and thank you for not shifting that mindset of why me, what's going on, to how can we do this every day, and then how can we teach people to do this every day.
Yeah, I love that. So repeat it again, please. So it's why not me, but like how can I do this every day,
Yes.
right?
How do we wake up every day and not recreate the wheel, but just recreate this type of success and
Yeah.
bring others along with us, because
Yeah.
we
Not
don't
take
need
it
to
for
do it.
granted.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
for
That
sure. Yeah, and I know that's what you were saying before. It's like if I'm not popping on the algo, let me just make more videos so that I will
yes.
pop. Let me take it into my
Hello. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Cool. What is one piece of advice you wish you had when you first started?
Um, Quit my job sooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you
My
saw the
job
first
sooner.
side of success, or like, I know you wouldn't do it day one, maybe, but like, what point would
No,
you be
I
like,
wouldn't
okay,
do it. I sacrificed so much time and energy with my kid trying to balance
mhm,
everything when I had it in me
mhm,
all along. I had it in me all along. I could have um once I first, for me it was like consistently $500 days when I was bringing home $1,200 paychecks for 2
yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. That's a
yeah,
no-brainer, right? At that moment, you're like,
yeah,
let me dive in.
yeah. But I
Okay,
stayed where I was because I loved the people, but ultimately I was sacrificing time with my child,
yeah, for
and I
sure.
don't get that back. You don't
Yeah, you
get
don't
that
get it
back.
back. Yeah. Okay. So what's the worst advice you've ever received, or the worst thing that you've seen, or you tell someone not to do on TikTok Shop?
Um, Pay for anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, buying people wanna buy, pre-accounts and warm them up and
Yep.
just do it authentically. You'll be
Yeah.
so proud of yourself because you've earned those viewers, you've earned that community that will literally, I mean, I half the time I swear I feel like I could fart in a jar and people are like, "All right, she's selling it, let's buy it." because they've earned the trust with buying skincare from me. Then there's
Right.
supplements, then there's clothing, you know, build your community, build your tribe, and they'll ride or die for you.
I love that. Okay. What is one thing that you think you can improve on as a TikTok Shop affiliate? How can you
Um,
get better?
just keeping that positive mindset. And I'm 99% positive, but some days you just have to pep talk yourself into like, you get to do this.
Yeah.
This is such a luxury of a job that we get to do.
Right.
Um, you know, sometimes you're like, oh my God, I gotta film myself making my freaking coffee today. Like, no,
Yeah.
girl, you get to who people are fighting tooth and nail for
Yeah.
this. Get up, get it together, and keep it moving, girl.
Yeah. It's the mindset shift from I have to do this to I get to do this. Right. And
Gosh.
the time that you get back and, putting in,
Yes.
the work and how to become a better affiliate, it's all there. You just got
Yeah.
to put in time and effort. So,
Yes.
okay, very cool. Yeah. Up the last question here is future plans. What does 2025 look like for you? And like, what do you have in store?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get into public speaking. Like,
Great.
teaching people how to change their mindset is the ultimate key to success anywhere in life.
Yeah.
I get so many people. Like yesterday, I bought myself a cake that said 1 million, and I was so excited to share it with my main profile. And someone was like, "You brag too much." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm
Yeah. I
proud."
worked hard for this.
Yes. So 2025, just getting more into the coaching, getting more into the helping people recreate the success that I have.
Fantastic.
And just keep it freaking going, man. Buy my
Yeah.
house, build my house. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see your journey. You know, yeah. I mean, I already see it. I hear it in your voice. I hear it in your strategy. I see your videos. Just keep on doing the same thing, and
Yes.
you'll see success. You already reached that million mark. More to come. So
I want to hit 3 by the end of the year. So
do it. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. I'll be on the journey with you. So
yes.
all right. Yeah. So that concludes it for today's episode. Haley, thank you so much for your
Thank
time and
you.
input. And it's great. And your story. I love your story of kind of feeling like you're a little down and out, but all of a sudden you had that change of mentality. You're like, wait a minute, let me take this by the horns. Let me be the one to kind of push this along. And you did it, right? To the point of $1 million GMV, kind of shaping a better future for you and your family. And that mind shift change is kind of where it all started. So yeah, that's one thing we like to share in our community. It's like, affiliateacademyhq.com, go visit. We'll give you some feedback. We'll give you some constructive criticism, all that good stuff. And yeah, Haley, thank you so much. Great story. And I appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right. Catch you later, everyone. See ya.
I appreciate you.